No, man! Fuck! Motherfucker! Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Junk. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're as excited as I am for another 2-4 in the blinds. We're over here about an hour away, and as you saw from the prelude, we had a little whoopsie and had to drop a blue bill on a bike part real quick. So we're looking to make sure that we get a little bit of that coming back to us. And yeah, I will see you guys when we get there.
We're gonna start this one off with a confused moment for me with king queen off in the small blind. There are two limpers and the button raises to 18. I'm unsure with the limpers if we should 3-bet this 4.5x bet. That said, we let this one go and move on to one of the best pocket pairs in the forms of kings 2 minutes later in the hijack. UTG bets to 10 and we 3-bet it to 24. We have small blind and UTG coming along to the flop of jack 5-4 with a clubs draw. Check to us, we see bet to 24 and take it down. Confused again, we're here in the big blind with a pair of threes. Admittedly embarrassing how many clips I'm showing that are me just not knowing. But regardless, there's two limpers here and the button raises to 20. So it's 20 into 14, and I'm just not sure. I understand that with the calling strategy, threes are always included versus the button, but it's the size of the raise that again confuses me. I don't currently have a way to study limp pots, so unsure, we let it go. And I'm sorry to continue talking about this dead hand, but the flop is 3-7-7 rainbow for a possible flop full house. This is where mistakes cost money, ladies and gents. To save you the rest, there's a UTG bet of 24, small blind call, king of spades on the turn, UTG bets 40 into 58, small blind calls, 6 of hearts on the river, checks through, UTG shows king queen offsuit to take it down. Moral of the story is I need these spots studied. In the small blind, we have jack 10 of hearts and see hijack, cutoff, and button limp. We raise to 18 and see all three call. We see top pair on jack 5-6 with a clubs draw. Button's gonna put in 60 here. We're gonna check call and see 9 of spades on the turn. Pretty brick, so when button bets 80, we're gonna continue to check call. River is a queen of spades, and while we're not happy to see it, we are happy to see button check and give up after stalling and not showing. Villain gives us a nice hand. 35 minutes later at a move table, we're in the big blind and see the beautiful hand of offsuit 10-7. Much better than the suited variety. It goes 5 ways limped and I check my option. We see top pair on 5-3-7 rainbow. We bet 8 here and see UGG, cutoff, button, and small blind call. Turn is the gin 7 of hearts. We bet 22 this time, only seeing the button come along. River is a jack and we check to avoid any kicker issues on the river to take this down. Next in UTG1, we're placed with a pair of queens. There's some confusion because UTG in the hand just sat down and is not acting. So I go to place a bet, I guess at a turn. But this guy needs to show that he has cards better and make a decision. A decade later, he folds. Back into it, we place a bet at 10. Cutoff is a short stack and he's gonna jam his 47. Small blind is gonna ponder his action and lands on a raise of 110. Small blind is a lag from what I've seen, and I'm not gonna see this as a higher pair, which I would for many others of this player pool. We happily call and see jack 5-8 rainbow. We bet 80, which I'm not too happy about, which I'll explain in a second. Small blind will fold and we win the side pot. Turn is jack of hearts, river 9 of spades. Cutoff shows his jam of 7-4 suited and we win the main pot as well. So to explain, the small blind has been repetitively making lag moves. When we see queens being an overpair on this flop that's not too connected, we should deviate from GTO and exploit letting small blind bluff into us. There's a very good chance we win a lot more money when no ace or king shows up, so check calling here is what I'd like to see us have done. In the hijack, we see a pair of kings. UTG, UTG1, and low jack limp to me where I raise it to 10. Cutoff, button, small blind, big blind, UTG, UTG1, and low jack are going to call, and we're going to a family pot. Flop is 7-6-6 with a club draw, and we're happy to still hold no overpair on this board. We see bet 26 and small blind calls. Going heads up to the turn, 9 of spades. We bet 40 and small blind calls again. We should at this point be cautious of a set, but regardless, we see the river 6 of spades. That should clear that up. Small blind bets 50 and we snap jam over top for about 50 more. He's actually going to get out of the way here, surprisingly. Small blind claims he had a 7. Table says show the 6 and we'll never know, and definitely not better than jacks. We take it down and move on.
We got David. Or the jack.
We'll never know.
You gotta start thinking that.
To yet another pair of kings in the big blind this time. UTG and UTG 1 limp, and we see low jack raised to 16. Folded to us, we 3-bet to 34. UTG, UTG 1, and low jack call. The first 3 players to my left. And we are stoked to see a set on 8 king jack with a hard straw. UTG 1 is going to donk 32, and we have pressure applied at the perfect time thanks to that donk, with a raise to 72. Only donk boy comes along, and we see a jack of diamonds on the turn, making our nuts even nuttier. We down bet to 58 and UGG 1 calls again. We overbet jam 550 to the river 6 of spades. UGG 1 is going to write himself a book while making a decision. His decision actually takes longer than the entire hand up to this point, so I'll save you the time. UTG 1 thinks this jam makes no sense and flicks in a call. We're gonna get pushed a mountain of $2 purples covering him. We get him again with the shaky hand reverse toe. There's nothing I love more than when a player at the table thinks I'm clueless. UTG 1 is gonna say he has ace king here, which I find interesting.
2 more to call.
He was shaking the whole time though, even the last hand when he bluffed. And then wide over. The overbet. Yeah. I don't think he knows how good he did for it.
A little less interesting in this queen jack offsuit in the big blind. Hijack bet 16, and we call because this is in our range and we practice these. Also, I know we want to get involved as the hijack is the only other player with roughly 1600 in his stack. Going heads up to a flop we don't want to see on 4 king 7 rainbow. Hijack is going to c bet 28 and we need to get out.
Alright, there we have it. Killer sesh. Just like that. Getting basically 4x. And we hope to run it up next time too. See you on the bike.
All right, ladies and gents, so that will do it. Got a killer session, absolutely came up, 4x buy-in, 400 in, 1660 out. You know how it goes, we're getting gas. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, a lot of effort goes into it. I enjoy doing it. You can go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see the new videos when they come out, and then hit the bell if you want it to pop up on your notification as soon as it happens. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.